Good evening, and welcome to Literally Thriving with Miss Russell. When my dad passed away 8 years ago, I remember feeling not only the loss of my champion, of the person who I could always count on to be in my corner, but also the loss of feeling like I was a child, because suddenly I realized I was not someone's child in this world anymore. During that time, my students decided to write notes to encourage me, to make me feel better. And I was saddened in how often they told me how to deal with the loss of a parent, because so many of them had already experienced that loss. I think sometimes adults assume that kids don't understand loss. But sadly, in today's world, students encounter loss on such a frequent basis that it's no longer the expertise of the adults, but the children, the teenagers, who can teach us how to deal with loss. The books I've chosen to highlight share teens who have dealt with loss on multiple levels. The suicide of a best friend, the loss of a parent to death or to prison, and how each of these losses impact their mental well-being, their emotional well-being. How do you handle tremendous loss and not lose yourself in the process? The three texts that I am choosing are Crossover by Kwame Alexander, This Is My America by Kim Johnson, and Perks of Being a Wallflower by Chbosky. Each of these books deal with teens who have experienced loss. The first that we're going to look at is Crossover by Kwame Alexander. Crossover is the first in a series. It is a verse novel. So if you were looking at it, it is written in poetic form. But it's a story. It's a narrative about twin basketball phenoms. Imagine for a second a fictional account of Lonzo Ball and his family, or LeBron James and his sons. That's how this story centers. With these phenoms whose dad played professional ball. Throughout the novel, the narrator shares what he calls the rules for basketball. So we're going to take the same approach. Crossover, basketball, or crossover, rule number 1. Know that our narrator, Joshua Bell, is a forward on his AAU basketball team. He's a 13-year-old who can already dunk the basketball and whose nickname is Filthy McNasty. Now, why would anyone want that nickname? Well, his words tell us best. He says he is a mythical man-child of rather dubious distinctions, always agitating, combinating, and elevating his game. And when Filthy gets hot, he is a slammerific shot. It's a dunkalicious classy, a supersonic sassy, and a downright in-your-face McNasty. So Filthy tells us all about the game of basketball and about the games that he and his brother play both on and off the court. His twin brother, rule number 2, is Jordan Bell, or JB. He's a shooting guard who can make the ball swoosh and apparently make some of the girls swoon. Basketball rule number 3, success on the court requires success in the classroom, especially when your mom is your school's assistant principal. Basketball rule number 4, a girl nicknamed by Filthy as Miss Sweet Tea can put a wedge between the closest of twin brothers. Rule number 5, talent is a given, but how you treat each other determines if you get to play in the next game. And rule number 6, the brothers might lose the game, but they may lose so much more. To learn the rules of life and the result of the championship, read Crossover by Kwame Alexander. The second book, our next up, is This Is My America by Kim Johnson. Our narrator is Tracy Beaumont. She's from Galveston, Texas, where her family moved after Katrina had destroyed their home in New Orleans. Tracy doesn't focus on rules, but she does focus on time. The 2,532 days her dad has been in prison since wrongly convicted of murder. The 10.6 seconds for her brother Jamal's 100-meter dash. Tracy focuses her energy on informing people of their rights. She even holds the Know Your Rights workshops for the community. But she learns during the course of this novel that there's a big difference in knowing what to do when you are supposed to face a policeman with a gun drawn on you and what you actually have to do when that gun is drawn. Jamal and Angela, well, they're a couple, but no one knows it. It's a secret. And that seems like a unwise idea that develops into a complete disaster when Angela is found dead, covered by Jamal's letter jacket. Now what Tracy, her mom, and her little sister Corinne have to face is, will history repeat itself? Will the hate groups in Texas win? Will her brother Jamal be wrongfully convicted of Angela's murder, just like his dad, who's still waiting for death row? That's This Is My America by Kim Johnson. And finally, we have a novel called The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Chbosky. Charlie is about to begin his freshman year. He's nervous, as everyone is when they begin their freshman year. And he begins to write letters to an anonymous friend. We never discover who that friend is. We just know that the friend is supposed to be a great person who listens and who doesn't judge immediately. And who does the right thing even when he doesn't have to. Charlie's experienced a lot of loss in his 15 years. His best friend Michael, the spring before, committed suicide by shooting himself. And while Charlie's trying to grapple with that, the memories and even hallucinations of his Aunt Helen, his favorite person in the world, who died on his birthday, December 24th, while going to get his birthday present. If you think about a young man who's already dealt with the loss of his best friend and his favorite adult in the world, Charlie is quiet, he's thoughtful, brilliant, and lost. He has to figure out how to navigate high school and how to battle his own demons, just to survive his freshman year. He meets 2 new friends, both seniors. Patrick, who the school jerks nicknamed Nothing, who is gay and secretly dating the quarterback. And Sam, who Charlie describes as the most beautiful girl he has ever seen, with green eyes that you can swim in. The letters Charlie writes to his anonymous friend show Charlie's perspective in how he grows that friendship and how he grows as a person. And that's in Perks of Being a Wallflower by Chbosky. Together, those 3 novels help teach us all about how to deal with loss and how to deal with our own well-being. This is Miss Russell with Literally Thriving.